In this video, I'm going to tell you the secret fantasies that women would never tell you. And I'm also going to tell you how to be the guy that deserves to fulfill those fantasies. Because when I tell you these things, like women want to be dominated completely by a strong, masculine man, you're going to be like, wait, what? No, they want guys that are in touch with their emotions and soft and sweet and caring and these like feminine traits. But when you really get down to it, if you read like erotic fiction that is written by women for women, you actually understand that the guys that are in those books, the men that are in those books, are very dominant, very masculine, very in control, and very stoic. And they don't show their emotions. They don't let their emotions come out and control their actions. They're not overly emotional, and that's why the women find them so attractive. And so I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do to be the man that deserves to do that, because you can't be a guy that's completely dominant in a relationship with the mindset of a pussy. You can't be a little bitch. And that's just straight up the facts. So I'm going to tell you 3 things in this video that you need to have in line in your life that will allow you to be a man that can dominate the interaction, that women want to dominate them. Because the fact is, when we talk about domination, that means someone has to submit. That means the woman is submitting to you. And so if the woman's submitting to you, then she's doing it willingly. She's doing it without force. You need to get her to want to submit to you. And to do that, there's 3 critical pieces that you have to have in place. And funny enough, because I'm a fucking genius, they line up with the 4 pillars of masculinity. Okay, 3 of the pillars of masculinity are actually really closely tied to your ability to dominate a woman the way that she wants to be dominated. And so if you can't dominate a woman, you're never going to truly fulfill her. If you look at the very few women that are in relationships where they're fully happy and fulfilled and they don't feel like they want to get out and they're not completely checked out of the relationship, like I'm sure a lot of guys watching this channel have run into relationships like that where you feel like your woman's completely checked out. Girls that aren't in that relationship, girls that are in a relationship where they're excited all the time, they almost feel like a little girl when they're with their man, those women are with dominant men. And so if you can't dominate a woman, she will not respect you. Because who is she? She's a 120-pound little girl, right? That's all she is. And so if you're a 180-pound grown-ass man, how are you going to get dominated by this little girl? It's pathetic. And like that's what she thinks. It's not like she's not consciously thinking that, but she's not going to respect you straight up if you can't dominate. Okay? And that's just how it goes. That's just how it is, all right? I want that to be very, very clear. So I have 3 things written down here that are going to be your clear path to becoming a man that actually deserves to dominate the women that he dates, because the women want to be dominated, but they only want to be dominated by the right guy. First, you need to be physically strong. This means you need to get in the gym. I don't look like I'm fucking jacked, but I have I have some arms, I got a little bit of strength. I'm not weak. I'm not tiny. I'm not small. I can bench 225 for like 8 reps. I'm in a pretty decent physical shape. I'm a pretty big guy. And so I've gotten down to the point where body fat wise, I'm okay with where I'm at. I could probably cut down a little bit more, but I look physically strong. And so I meet the threshold of physically strong. And so women will willingly let me dominate more. Okay, so that's the first part. You need to be physically strong. If you're not physically strong, you don't look physically strong, if you look weak, flabby, and soft, then you're not going to get as much respect. This goes for business too, by the way. This is not just for dating. If you think that you're going to start a business and you don't look like you take care of yourself and like you're strong, if you think you're going to go into a meeting and close a high-profile business deal without feeling powerful physically, then you better have a fucking amazing product. You better be able to push through adversity of the other person on the other side of the meeting not respecting you as much, because the amount of respect I've gotten from other men and from women that I'm attracted to has exponentially increased as I've become stronger looking. And this is just a critical truth of life. You need to look strong. That's just it. So that's 1, fitness. That's your fitness pillar of masculinity. Number 2, you must be able to provide financially. It needs to be the case that if your woman settles down with you and she picks you, your woman needs to be able to not work another day in her life if she wants to. A lot of women will want to work, but she needs to feel like you have everything under control. You have everything handled. You could pay for everything. And that, honestly, if we're being real, if you don't have kids, is not that hard. It's not that hard to get to the point where you're making $45,000, $50,000 a year. A lot of guys in the internet marketing space, if you start a business, the first goal and benchmark you set is 120K a year. It's 10K a month. And so that's the first benchmark for any online business. And so it's possible to make an extra $1,000, $2,000 a month through some sort of side hustle plus your main job, even if you're working a shit job. Okay, so that is a big priority. It's something that we help our clients do, is free up their time so that they can put more time into their side hustle, invest more in themselves, build up more skills so they can make more money in the future and be that financially stable, financially secure guy. And I know that there's probably guys watching this that are like, wait, those are two of the steps. It's finances and fitness. Well, what's the other step? Because I have my finances and my fitness on point, but women still leave me. Women don't respect me. And I'm going to tell you why women don't respect you. Even if you have your fitness, even if you can provide and protect, even if you have that on point, she still needs emotions from you. And that's where communication comes in. That's the third pillar of masculinity. The third pillar of masculinity, your communication, is your ability to trigger emotions inside the girl, your ability to be playful and have fun. I'm putting out a video soon on how to have fun on your own, how to self-amuse, how to be a guy that has fun, knows how to have fun, and bring out emotions from women. And it all starts with you inside, okay? I'm gonna come out with more videos in the future on how to flirt, specifics on how to flirt and how to talk to girls, how to physically escalate, all that stuff. But it's really important that you understand how to have fun with yourself and how to be a guy that women find funny and interesting. You need to, with your words, be able to turn her on and give her the emotions that she craves. Because if she doesn't get those, she will leave you for a man that does. Because above all else, she needs emotions. Women need drama. And she needs a man that can handle that, view it as like this cute little thing she does. Oh, she's so dramatic. Oh, it's so cute. Whatever, get out of here. You're so much trouble. And can brush it off and it's not a big deal. Because women love drama. They can't get enough of it. The Kardashians, reality TV, just like all this bullshit that we don't really like, women love that shit. Women love reality TV, they love drama. And so it's, instead of fighting against that, instead of like talking about how it's a bad thing, we need to be able to give that to her. We need to be able to have her say something to us that gives us a little bit of shit and then throw it right back at her because she needs the drama. And just understand that that's part of feminine energy. She needs you to be able to dominate that dramatic side of her. She doesn't want you to complain like a little kid. She wants you to give her the emotions that she needs. That's what she's asking for. So that's the third pillar, communication. Learn how to trigger emotions inside of women, whether it's positive or negative. Probably should be really like 70%, 80% positive emotions, and then those 20% negative emotions where you really put your foot down and lay down the law. That's what women find incredibly attractive. How you do that is by being polarizing, being more charismatic, having better tonality in your voice, better body language, a lot of communication, sub-communication that comes across when you approach. But at the end of the day, what you got to understand from this video is that you need to communicate better. You need to have your fitness, your finances, and your communication on point. And all of that ties into actually the fourth pillar of masculinity, which is your focus. Because if you're watching this channel, your focus is who you want to be in 5 to 10 years. And I guarantee that all three of the other pillars of masculinity, you want to level up over time as well in the next 5 or 10 years. And so you need to have massive focus, massive, insane levels of focus, discipline, and commitment to making a change in your life. Because if you don't commit to changing your life right now, then you won't tomorrow, and you won't the next day, and you won't the day after that. And then 5, 10 years will pass and nothing will change. Okay, and I'm just telling you because I've seen this happen time and time again with my friends, friends that I used to be friends with, people that I used to know, people I've seen on Facebook in my coaching group. There's so many guys that if they don't start, they never do. You need to make a commitment to change. So now you should understand exactly the 3 things you need to do to be a man that can dominate women the way they want to be dominated. Keep in mind, women want to be dominated in this way, but they only want to be dominated by a man that fucking deserves it. There's not a lot of guys that can put their foot down and dominate a silly little girl the way she wants to be dominated with their communication. That's the thing you should focus on, especially if dating is a big distraction for you in your life right now. Because once you get your communication handled, once you figure that out, you're going to have more time to focus on the gym. You're going to have more time to focus on your business, on your career, and really just life is going to get so much easier for you. I want you to like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you're new, comment below, let me know what you want me to talk about in the future, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.